Maybe our deputy clerk could activate the meeting and we'll get started. Oh, we are. Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's just a moment after 5:30 here, and so I thought I would start this meeting. This is the special council meeting agenda for a planning public meeting. It's February the 25th, 2026, and we're conducting the meeting here in our council chambers. All members of council are present, including myself, and I want to appreciate the deputy mayor for hosting the meeting on Monday, as I was unable to be here. So thank you so much for doing that. Members of council, we do have two public meetings later on tonight, and we also have many people in our audience. So let's get started. Item number 1 on our agenda is the recommendation. Be it resolved that council of the Township of Clearview hereby approve the agenda dated February the 25th, 2026, as presented. A mover and seconder, please. Deneen, thank you. Mr. Deputy Mayor, thank you. Any questions on the agenda? All right, seeing none, I'll call the motion. All in favor? And that carries unanimous. Thank you. Item 2 is our declarations of interest. Is there any member with declaration of pecuniary interest? Mr. Beelan. Item 3.1.
Item 3.1.
Okay. You're going to declare a conflict for that session. Okay, so you'll submit the correct paperwork necessary with the clerk? Okay, thank you very much then. Please stand by there, Mr. Beelan. Any other members of council? Nothing further? All right. Then let's move on to our public meeting. As per our procedures here at Clearview Township, these public meetings are hosted by our deputy mayor, so I'll pass the chair to Deputy Mayor Paul Van Stavern, who can carry on the rest of the meeting. Thank you.
I seem to get to do all the work the last couple of nights, right, Doug?
You get to do it all tonight. How's that?
Okay, we will now initiate the public meeting portion of tonight's agenda. We invite you to comment on the applications being presented tonight and to engage in the process with us. If you wish to be notified of the decision of the Corporation of the Township of Clearview on an application being discussed this evening, please complete a public delegation form and please submit the form to the deputy clerk. And they are, Emma, right over there by our deputy clerk, Emma. So if you want to be consulted, please fill that in. The views expressed in the public comments are solely those of the individuals providing them and do not reflect the opinions of the township, its agents, or its employees. It is not possible for the township to verify the accuracy of all information provided by the members of the public. The township therefore assumes no responsibility for any inaccurate information that may be contained within the public comments. If you have information that might correct, clarify, or refute any statements contained within the public comments, please forward it to the Township Planning Department. Be advised that your comments or requests to be notified will form part of the public record. Your communication and any personal information therein will be made available to the public unless you expressly request its removal. If a person or public body would otherwise have an ability to appeal the decision of the Township of Clearview to the Ontario Land Tribunal, but the person or public body does not make oral submissions at a public meeting or write written submissions before the proposed official plan or zoning bylaw amendment is adopted or passed, the person or public body is not entitled to appeal the decision. If a person or public body does not make oral submissions at a public meeting or make written submissions to the Township of Clearview before the proposed official plan or zoning bylaw amendment is adopted or passed, the person or public body may not be added as a party to the hearing of an appeal before the Ontario Land Tribunal unless, in the opinion of the tribunal, there are reasonable grounds to add the person or public body as a party. The following public meetings, because we do have two tonight, will involve a brief presentation by our planning staff, an opportunity for the applicant or their agent to present their application, a period for public comments or questions, and an opportunity for questions by planning committee. So with that, we are going to start with our first public meeting with respect to item 3.1, zoning bylaw amendment for file PB 003-2026. The applicant is Ms. Marie LaRue on behalf of Stevens & Company Glencairn Limited, and is regarding property located at 5840 County Road 9, New Lowell. And the planning staff will start we'll start with a brief presentation concerning the application. Now, Mr. Beelan, I'll ask you to maybe step to the back of the building so we don't confuse anybody. And anyways, that's good. Thank you. As was identified earlier, Mr. Beelan has declared a conflict with this application. So with that, Ray, the floor is yours, I believe. Or who's doing it?
This is Danielle.
Danielle is doing it. I'm sorry.
Danielle.
Okay, they put Maria's first, but anyways, Danielle, you're the show now.
I'll go first, thank you. So this is a public meeting for 26 ZBA 01. Next slide. Just my contact information there. So the application is for a surplus farm dwelling severance at 5840 County Road 9. The legal description and roll number are there, which is on the three corners of Sunnydale, Concession 5 Sunnydale, Creemore Avenue, and County Road 9. Next slide. The purpose of the application is a request for a site-specific amendment to rezone a portion of the subject lands from agricultural to agricultural residential use exception. This zone is to prohibit the use of lands for a residential purpose, and it will facilitate the severance of a surplus dwelling lot from the subject lands. Next slide. A list of the submission items, the application, a planning justification report, draft zoning bylaw, a site plan and survey, and all of those can be viewed on the website. Surrounding lands, a mix of residential and agricultural, and some environmental protection to the west. And currently, the property supports an existing residential dwelling in the southwest corner there, where the severance will occur. Next slide. Official plan designation is agricultural, and the zoning bylaw is agricultural and environmental protection. Notice of the subject application was given in accordance with the Planning Act, circulated January 23rd, mailing out 120 meters and posting on the site. Details of the application and supporting material are online and have been circulated to the relevant commenting agencies. Any of the comments that we've received are uploaded online. No further comments have been received thus far. And then I think we can pass it over to Marie for her presentation. Oh, I missed one. Sorry. Application was received January 2nd, deemed complete January 23rd, and the notice was also given on the 23rd. Today is the public meeting, and then we have a recommendation report coming at the March 9th meeting, I believe.
Good. Thank you, Danielle. Now, Marie, you get the floor.
Good evening, Chair, members of council. I'm Marie LaBrue. I am a land use planner with Mountain Ridge Custom Homes. And here tonight with me is Ed Stevens and Gord Ziegel. So I'll just do some background information on the property first. If we go to the next slide, please. So this is just an air photo taken from the interactive mapping, and the subject property is outlined in red. The Stevenson Company Glen Huron Limited are owners of the subject property located at County Road 9, just west of New Lowell. The Stevens have been farming in Clearview Township for approximately 75 years. They have 11 farm parcels in Clearview with a total land area of 338.3 hectares, plus another 44.5 hectare farm in Agila Tosaranio. Their farming operations are crop production and livestock, and the subject farm was purchased on April 1st, 2020. So this is, next slide, please. This is another air photo blown in onto the property. So you can see the property is outlined in red, and you can see where it says existing dwelling is in the very southeast corner. And there are two existing farm entrances into the farm itself. So the subject property is described as north part of Lot 6, Concession 4, former Sunnydale, now Clearview. The frontage is 650.71 meters of frontage along County Road 9. The area is 43.64 hectares. As mentioned, the existing dwelling is in the southeast corner with its own separate entrance, private well, and private septic system. And then there's the two additional existing farm entrances off the county road into the farmland. A majority of the property is farmed, except for the treed area in the northwest portion. The Stevens home is located on their other properties. The existing dwelling has been rendered surplus to their farming operation. Next slide, please. So this is again an air photo of the subject property. And so an outline of the proposed surplus dwelling lot. It would consist of 0.55 hectares in area, 88 meters of frontage, 60 meters in depth with the dwelling, services, and an existing entrance. The proposed retained farm will then be 43.09 hectares, 562.71 meters of frontage, depth of 844.8 meters, and it will be vacant farmland with the two farm entrances. The proposed retained farmland is to be consolidated with their farm located at 297634 Side Road. Next slide, please. So this is the severance sketch, which outlines in more detail the location of the dwelling and the setbacks, where the services are. So the septic system is to the rear of the dwelling, and then the well is to the east. And then this also includes a photo of the existing dwelling on the property that was built in 2000. Next slide, please. So this is the farm that the retained farm parcel will be consolidated with. It's outlined in the red, and it's located on the 3-4 Side Road. The proposed retained farmland to be consolidated with their farm located at 297634 Side Road. This farm consists of 72.84 hectares with farm buildings, farmland, and a treed area on the southern portion. The proposed retained farmland parcel is approximately 1.5 kilometers to the east of this farm. Next slide, please. This is a copy of the zoning from the interactive mapping, and you can see the property outlined in red. The AG signifies the agricultural zoning. The EP is on the wooded area, which is in the northwest portion. And then the EP has also got a light blue highlight on it, and that signifies the NVCA's regulated area, which is the hazard land overlay, FP. So the proposed surplus dwelling lot will remain AG and complies with all zone provisions. And the retained parcel, which is what we're here for tonight, is going to be rezoned from AG to AGER. And the EP and the FP overlay will remain unchanged. The purpose of the rezoning, as mentioned, will be to prohibit any residential uses on the retained vacant farmland. So in the bottom there, there's a zoning chart which indicates the minimum lot area and frontage required for both the retained parcel and the surplus dwelling lot. So the current zoning requires the retained lot to be 35 hectares, and it's 43.09. And it's to have 100 meters of frontage. It has 561.5. The surplus dwelling lot is to be at least 0.3 hectares, and the proposed lot is 55.55 hectares, sorry. And it's to have at least 30 meters of frontage, and it has 88 meters of frontage. So both parcels comply with the zoning minimums. Next slide, please. So this is a portion of the County of Simcoe's official plan, and I've just kind of circled approximate location of the property. And this is from their Schedule 5.1, which shows the land use designations on properties. So the property is designated agricultural, and then the green is the Greenlands designation. So all planning applications are to be consistent with the provincial policies and conform to the county and local official plans. The provincial policy statement, PPS, states that planning authorities are required to maintain and enhance agricultural land base and support and foster long-term economic prosperity and productive capacity of the agri-food network. The PPS permits one new residential lot per farm consolidation for a residence rendered surplus to an agricultural operation, provided the lot is kept to a minimum size, which it is, and any new dwellings and additional residential units are prohibited from the remnant parcel, which is part of the zoning change. The County of Simcoe official plan is pretty much the same as the PPS policies, except they added that the new residential lot should not be any larger than approximately 1 hectare. The proposed rezoning would be consistent with the PPS and conform to the Simcoe County OP policies, since the farm surplus dwelling lot is permitted to be created and the retained parcel is proposed to be rezoned to prohibit residential uses. Next slide, please. So this is a copy of the Clearview's interactive mapping showing the Clearview OP's new designations on lands. And the property is outlined in red, and it's entirely designated agricultural in the Clearview official plan. So the agricultural policy's main goal is to maintain and preserve agriculturally viable farm units operating within the township's historical agricultural community. A new residential lot in the agricultural designation shall only be permitted in circumstances where an existing residence has been rendered surplus to a farm operation as a result of a farm consolidation and in accordance with the policies of section 11.9.8. Next slide, please. So the Clearview OP, section 11.9.8, is the lot creation policies in the agricultural designation. And I've just outlined some of the policies to be met. So point 9 under that section states that it permits the creation of a new residential lot for an existing residence rendered surplus to a farm operation as a result of a farm consolidation. So the existing dwelling has been rendered surplus to the Stevenson's farm operation, as they already have dwellings on their other properties, and the proposed retained farmland is being consolidated with their farm located at 2976 34 Road. Number 10 requires the MDS1 to be met if there's any livestock facilities or anaerobic digesters on the property, which there isn't, so there's no MDS issues. Number 12 is regarding the surplus dwelling severance. The dwelling shall be no less than 15 years old, and it was built in 2000, so that complies. The lot no greater than 1 hectare, and it's 0.55 hectares. Remnant parcel no less than 39, it's going to be 43.05. And the farmland consolidated with farm located within Clearview and within a reasonable distance of the subject property, which it does. And then 16 is, it leaves it to council and or committees to interpret if it's within a reasonable distance for the farm consolidation. And I have included on the map that it's 1.5 kilometers between the two farms. The remnant parcel shall be rezoned to prohibit residential uses, and this meeting is for that to take place. In conclusion, the Stevens family have been farming in Clearview Township for 75 years. Their agricultural operations are crop production and livestock. Their farming has continued to grow with their farming operation to be sustainable and viable. The main goal of the agricultural policies in Clearview's official plan is to maintain and preserve agriculturally viable farm units operating in the township's historical agricultural community. The agricultural policies have continued to support farmers' needs to continue to grow their farm operations to be sustainable and viable farms and to allow the farmer through farm consolidations to sever off the surplus dwelling on a separated lot. The proposed zoning bylaw amendment will implement the official plan policies by rezoning the retained farmland to not to be prohibited any residential uses. In my professional opinion, this proposal is consistent with the provincial policies and conforms with the county and the Clearview official plans. The proposed development represents good planning, as development will protect prime agricultural lands for agricultural production and enable viable farm operations to continue to grow. The Stevens family respectfully requests council to approve the proposed zoning bylaw amendment. I'd like to thank you for giving us the opportunity to make the presentation, and more than happy to answer any questions if there are any.
Thank you very much, Marie. I'll just get you to step aside a bit. I'll just see if does anyone in the audience wish to make a comment, ask a question, or address committee with respect to this application? And the questions may be directed to or responded to by the applicant, their agent, or staff, but will be addressed through myself, the chair. Anybody wish to speak on this application? First ask. Anybody wish to speak to it? Second ask. Third ask. Okay. Well, we'll now go to our committee members. So I'll start at the far side. Mr. Walker, do you have any questions in regards to this application?
Nothing at this time, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Councillor Deneen? Councillor MacArthur?
I just want to make comment that because the surplus dwelling is right in the corner of the property, it's one of the better scenarios, I think, that we've seen, rather than having an excerpt from the middle of the property somewhere. So I think this is a very straightforward, in my opinion.
Thank you. Councillor Broderick, any comments? Councillor Mayor Measures?
Thank you.
Okay, I have two questions. I don't want them to go unscathed. On slide number, Marie, if you like this, I'll direct this to you. On slide on page 9, it shows beside their property mineral extraction.
Yes.
Okay. Will that create any problems for either the applicant or that property and what we're doing?
Not to my knowledge. I'm not sure if the mineral extraction has continued on that property or if it's been completely extracted.
Was it used,
yet,
do you know, was it used for extraction then, beside them? It's never been used for extraction, has it? Oh,
I
Rosalind, go
don't know.
ahead, please.
Are they currently?
Sorry, thank you through the chair. I can probably help with that answer. So those are former Lafarge pit operations, and they actually have gone through a rehabilitation. We just noticed that through our official plan exercise that there was a bit of a hiccup in terms of not removing that mineral extraction designation. So in the future, we will be entertaining an official plan amendment to remove that. So just to let you know, the Lafarge has gone through the process of rehabilitation. There are actually 3 separate parcels there now, and there is no active license on those lands.
And they won't be able to come back now either anymore. That's correct? Okay.
The license has been like, it's not active, so.
Okay, that's
yeah.
good, thank you. I just
Thank
wanted to
you.
make sure, I don't want to get anybody.
Yeah.
The other one, I just wanted to confirm, there's no additional outbuildings on that property?
No.
Okay, I didn't
None.
see any on the picture, so that's
Yeah.
good, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, this concludes the public meeting with respect to zoning bylaw amendment for file FB 003-2026 regarding the property located at 5840 County Road 9, New Lowell. We thank all who attended and provided comments for their interest in this matter. All input received with regards to this proposal will be fully considered by staff in the recommendation and by council in decision with respect to the application. A report regarding this proposal will be prepared for council, who will take a decision concerning this matter at a future meeting. Okay, so we're done with you guys. Thank you. We're now going to begin the public meeting with respect to item 3.2, official plan amendment number 6 for file PB 005-2026. Applicant is Ellen Ferris on behalf of Walker Aggregates and its planning, and it's regarding Duntroon Quarry and Duntroon Quarry expansion. So, Mr. Marty, I think you can join us again. Did you get coffee for us?
You didn't bring coffee?
You can bring coffee? Oh, okay. Anyways, who would be taking this file? Danielle, rock and roll.
Thank you so much. So this is the public meeting for OPA 6 to our 2024 official plan by Walker's Aggregate or the Dunchurn Quarry. Next slide. My information again. So it's 4 properties that we have up here, 9861 and 9828 County Road 91, and 794-533 and 794-519 Osprey Clearview Town Line. And the legal description and roll number are up there, so it kind of straddles County Road 91, this application. Next slide. So the purpose seeks to maintain the processing and shipping at the Dunchurn Quarry, and it will ultimately result in the deepening of the quarry and the expansion lands. The purpose of the official plan amendment application is to amend the site-specific policy 13343 of the Township Official Plan. The effect of the application is to permit the continuation of the processing and shipping of material extracted from the Dunchurn Quarry expansion at the Dunchurn Quarry. Next slide. Long list of all the material that was submitted along with this application, and all those can be reviewed online. Next slide. Surrounding land uses, agricultural fields, forested area, some residential dwellings, and to the west, the municipality of Grey Highlands, currently partially inactive aggregate pit on the lands. Next slide. So we have the planning policy here, the official plan designation, the escarpment natural area, escarpment rural area, and the mineral aggregate extraction area. That would be the gray area where the pit is active, and the zoning bylaw is the Niagara Escarpment Commission. Notice and circulation of the application was given in accordance with the Planning Act, January 28th, mailing 120 meters and posting on the subject lands. Detail of the application and supporting materials have been made available online to the public and have been circulated to the relevant commenting agencies. Any comments that were received have been put online. Nothing has been received today as of yet. Next slide. And the review process. So the application was received December 19th, deemed complete and circulated January 28th, the public meeting being today. And then moving forward, a recommendation report would come forward, a notice of adoption, and then it would go to the county for final approval. And the applicant is here with a presentation as well.
Thank you very much. Ellen, that's you, I take it. Come on up. It's all yours, thank you. You didn't have trouble getting here tonight?
No, it's smooth driving from Barrie, so.
Oh, is that okay? Yeah, we're neighbors. Anyways, go ahead.
All right, there we go. So good evening, council, township staff, and members of the public. My name is Ellen Ferris, and I'm an associate with MHBC Planning. I'm here this evening on behalf of Walker Aggregates to provide a brief overview of the proposed township official plan amendment for the Dunchurn Quarry and the Dunchurn Quarry expansion sites. So just go to the next slide, please. So the Dunchurn Quarry is an existing mineral aggregate operation that includes 2 licenses under the Aggregate Resources Act. The Dunchurn Quarry, which is the older of the 2 sites, is shown in red on the slide, and it's located on the south side of Township Road 91. The Dunchurn Quarry expansion is the site to the north on the other side of Township Road 91, which is shown in the purple on the screen. At present, all shipping and processing activities for both sites occur at the Dunchurn Quarry operation on the south side of Township Road 91. And material from the expansion site is transferred to the Dunchurn Quarry via a tunnel under Township Road 91. And you can see the location, sort of, maybe if you look closely enough on the photo there of the tunnel, as well as the existing entrance exit, which is denoted by the black arrow on the existing, or rather the main quarry license to the south. Next slide, please. So as many are aware, there's a lot of history surrounding these two sites. As part of the expansion approval, the township and Walker had entered into a legal agreement to close and convey a portion of Township Road 91 between the two sites. And ultimately, what that would have allowed for is Walker to move the processing and shipping associated with the expansion operation to the expansion lands once there was a sufficient area on the quarry floor to move the processing plant. In the fullness of time, it's my understanding that it was determined that this closure and conveyance was no longer viable, and that agreement was ultimately terminated. So where we're at today is we've got an approval of the expansion that was premised on the closure of 91 between the two sites, which is no longer happening. So there are some amendments that are now needed to those approval documents to kind of reflect the current situation. So next slide, please. So within the township official plan, the Duntroon Quarry operation has a site-specific policy. And one of the items within that site-specific policy is the requirement to relocate the processing plant and the shipping to the expansion site when there's sufficient area to accommodate the plant. So right now, all that processing is happening on the south side, and when there's sufficient area, it's supposed to move to the north side. The proposed amendment that we've applied to the township for effectively seeks to permit the continuation of processing and shipping from the expansion site on the south side of 91. So effectively, it would be maintaining the status quo, if you will. Next slide, please. So from a planning perspective, there's a few reasons why this amendment makes sense. Firstly, from a traffic perspective, ultimately using the existing entrance exit on the south side of Township Road 91 is safer than establishing a new entrance on the north side, as it maintains an existing traffic pattern. Relocating that entrance exit to the other side of the road on the north side would have trucks turning left from the new entrance exit across 91, rather than making a right-hand turn to access the approved haul route. So that's certainly a benefit to amending the policy. Additionally, the existing processing plant is currently located on the quarry floor at the Duntroon operation and is fairly well screened visually from surrounding land uses in 91. The proposed amendment would maintain this existing configuration rather than moving the plants to the expansion lands where it would be more visible than is currently the situation. Next slide, please. So this slide just shows the text of the proposed official plan amendment. Everything in italics is what is currently within the township's official plan. And as noted, the proposed amendment effectively seeks to remove the requirement to relocate the processing plant and the entrance exit to the expansion site. So it would have the effect of keeping things on the south side of the road. So everything shown in strike-through is effectively what we're proposing to delete. Other than that, the policy would remain as worded. Next slide, please. So there are a number of concurrent applications that have been filed alongside the township official plan amendment. These include a Niagara Escarpment Plan amendment, Niagara Escarpment development permits, as well as amendments to the Aggregate Resources Act site plans for both licenses. I would just note that the proposed NEC and Aggregate Resources Act applications also include a deepening of the quarry floor as a component of those applications. The Township of Clearview will be circulated those applications for review and comment. We're currently working through those processes with the NEC and MNR, so that will be coming your way in due course. I would just like to clarify that the proposed deepening, though, is specific to those applications, and the Township OPA really only deals with the location of the processing and shipping. So I'd just like to provide that clarification as well. So thank you all for your time this evening. We look forward to continuing to work with the township on the application, and we're here to listen and take notes. And if there are any questions on the application as well, I'd be more than happy to answer those. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ferris. Okay, that was good. Does anybody in the audience wish to make a comment, ask a question, or address committee with respect to the application? Questions may be directed to or responded to by the applicant, their agent, or staff, but will be addressed through myself, the chair. Please remember to complete and submit your delegation form. Is there anybody who wishes to ask a question? Going once, anybody ask a question? Going twice, and a third time? Okay, we'll go to our committee. I'll start on this side. Councillor Broderick, any questions? Councillor MacArthur.
Yeah, I guess it's not really relevant to the specific application, but just how much deeper, I know I looked at all the maps, but how much deeper is the proposed going to go?
Give me one moment. I have the numbers here. So currently, the Duntroon Quarry and the expansion are approved at about 500 meters above sea level, and we're proposing to lower to between 490 and 485. So it's about a 10 to 15 meters deeper.
And then at the conclusion of the whole quarrying operation, is there any proposals for where the water level will be or what's going to happen to the property?
Yes, so as part of final rehabilitation, the rehabilitated landform is 2 lakes. So the water will be, when the operation is concluded, the quarries will be allowed to fill to achieve that final rehabilitated landform. I don't have on the top of my head the final lake levels, but that's certainly something I can confirm for you. I know it's been looked at, so.
Councillor Deneen? Beelan, thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just so I can understand our current policy, this might be for our department here. Why is it that it has to be processed at the site? I'm trying to understand that. Is that to reduce greenhouse gas emissions so there's less trucking? Or why does it have to be processed on the north side and not on the south side?
Do you want me to take that one? My understanding is most typically those are considered accessory uses to the specific operation. So typically those would be located on the license with which they're associated with. And sometimes these larger operations, there will be exceptions to that. I don't know the fulsome history of why it was determined that it would be set up this way, to be honest. I just know that given the context that we're in today, it's my professional planning opinion that it makes sense to keep them on the south side, but I'm not sure
It makes sense to process it on the south. I mean, it's
Correct,
hidden, you've already got it there.
Yeah.
And to me, that whole pit, both sides, is really one gravel pit, if you ask me, but I guess it's separated into two. I'm just understanding our policy, why it has to be processed on the same site. It just, I don't understand why.
Thank you through the chair to Councillor Beelan. It's so there's a lot of history to this piece of property and properties. It went through multiple OLT hearings. There was a lot of interested residents and organizations. And I think the intent, if you recall, was that the site where the processing is happening was potentially going to close at some point. And then that was why it would have to move across the road, right? So right now, there isn't any active quarrying happening in that site. So all the active quarrying is happening across the road. So I think it all relates to the fact that we're not closing that road now. There's just a lot of things that, as a result of the road still being maintained, things don't have to change.
Okay, thank you.
Councillor Deneen?
No, I just,
You're okay?
I was concurring with that, what Ross was saying. And I did previously work for somebody that had gravel pits, so I know about the rehab and all of that part of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Your worship?
Mr. Walker.
Did I miss Moose? Did I miss you? I'm sorry.
Not understanding how you could miss me, but anyways, I have no questions at this time.
No questions at this, well, okay. Now, your worship, go ahead.
It's good to be back.
If I can, a question to Ms. Ellis and perhaps the associate who's here as well from Walker's, a representative. This application is to generate, or is to change the OPA to allow us to have that more removal of materials from both sites, not just the expansion site, but also the original Duntroon Quarry site. Is that correct? I think I've heard that said. I just want to make sure that we're talking about both the north side and the south side are going to have operations in them.
That is correct. If I'm understanding correctly, yes, the intent of the amendment is that effectively there would be, the operations would continue on both sites. The material would be extracted from the expansion and transferred to the quarry on the south side for processing and shipping. So in that essence, there would be operations occurring on both sites.
Right. So operations as far as the extensiveness of creating the aggregate and then shipping and or processing it into different grades and then shipping it, weighing it, bringing the trucks out, et cetera. That most of that operation, or pretty well all of that operation, is on the south side on the Duntroon Quarry site. The expansion site being the north side. They're both different, like they are different licenses, but the application from a township point of view is that we will permit, if this passes, that this will occur on these sites, on both sites equally, because that's a OPA amendment, not a site-specific amendment, right?
Yeah, so it's a site-specific amendment to that existing site-specific
Right.
amendment, yeah, which applies to both sites. Yeah.
I understand it. I just wanted
Yeah.
to make sure there's some clarity, given that, people are often get confused about what this particular site does, and also get confused about the significant value and impact aggregates have for this community, this province, and this country. And so it's important that we understand this all together. I'm confident that if this goes as far as the county, that the county will also have lots of questions, and there's many members at the House there will ask many questions about this too. So, thank you.
Thank you, Your Worship. Just a quick question. I love going to the barbecue in the summer and everything to see what the process of the facility is doing, and they've always been very hospitable to our community, so it's not just us, it's for everybody. Question, is that tunnel going to be, there's been concerns over the years talking with your staff, or the staff of Walker's, that with the vibration and stuff, the road is only good for so many years, the tunnel is good for so many years. Are they going to be having to put the tunnel down deeper? Are we going to need a new tunnel there? Or tell us if you know much about that.
Yeah, certainly. So a geotechnical report was completed as part of the complete application that was filed with the township. I think it was called an assessment of the haulage tunnel. It was one of the studies listed in Mrs. Waters' slide there. So the structural stability of that tunnel has been looked at as part of the application. It's my recollection that I believe it's going to remain at its existing elevation, and it would continue to be used for the duration of the operation and would be plugged in advance of rehabilitation.
Okay, thank you. I think we got our questions answered for tonight, except, Danielle, just a quick question. I just want to confirm there was no public or no electronic participation in this? Over here. Danielle, that's right. I wasn't sure if I should be asking Emma or Danielle. Danielle, is there any participation that we should be aware of?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm not sure if Emma has any.
No, I don't have any.
Thank you. Take care.
This concludes the public meeting with respect to the official plan amendment number 6 for file PB 005-2026 regarding the Duntroon Quarry and Duntroon Quarry expansion. We thank all who attended and provided comments for their interest in this matter. All input received regard to this proposal will be fully considered by staff in the recommendation and by council in the decision with respect to the application. A report regarding this proposal will be prepared for council, who will make a decision concerning this matter at a future meeting. As there are no other public meetings in this agenda, I pass the chair back to your worship, Mr. Measures.
All right. Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor. Members of council, item number 4 is our confirmatory bylaw for this special meeting. Recommendation, be it resolved that bylaw 2616 being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the February 25th, 2026 special council meeting be presented and read a first, second, and third time, finally passed on the 25th day of February 2026. Can I ask Mr. Beelan, Mr. MacArthur? Thank you. And members of council, you've heard the bylaw. I'm prepared to call the bylaw. All in favor? Bylaw carries. Thank you. And for the motion to adjourn, checking the time, 6:15. Recommendation be it resolved that the council meeting be adjourned at 6:15. Mr. Walker? Thank you. Mr. Broderick? Thank you very much. And I'll call that motion. All in favor? Thank you.